the world of art. It's a kingdom of silent canvases that speak volumes of timeless beauty and, let's be honest, absolutely staggering amounts of money. Fortunes are traded for a splash of color, legacies bought with a single brushstroke. But what happens when it goes from the past? A long-lost whisper from the master of masters storms this kingdom. What happens when a painting doesn't just break records, but obliterates them, leaving the world breathless and asking just one question: who on earth could afford it? Behold, the Salvator Mundi, Latin for Savior of the World, a Renaissance-era depiction of Christ, not by just any artist, but attributed to the one and only Leonardo da Vinci. For centuries, this masterpiece was thought to be lost, a mere legend in the annals of art history. It resurfaced in 2005, emerging from obscurity at a small auction in New Orleans in terrible condition, heavily overpainted and its walnut panel support damaged by worms. After a painstaking 6-year restoration, it was presented to the world, hailed as the greatest artistic rediscovery of the last century. They called it the male Mona Lisa, and in November 2017, it arrived at Christie's auction house in New York, ready to claim its throne. The bidding started, and it was a battle of titans. For a heart-stopping 20 minutes, anonymous bidders on the phone pushed the price higher and higher. The room was packed with nearly 1,000 collectors, dealers, and journalists, while thousands more watched a live stream, captivated. The numbers climbed past $100 million, then $200 million, then an astonishing $300 million. Finally, the gavel fell. $450.3 million. The most expensive painting ever sold at public auction. The art world was in shock, but the bigger mystery was just beginning to unfold. The winning bidder was an enigma, a name no one in the international art scene had ever really heard of. The man who bought a legend was Prince Badr bin Abdullah bin Mohammed bin Farhan Al Saud, a distant member of the Saudi royal family. He was a businessman with interests in real estate and telecoms. He had no history as a major art collector. In fact, when he registered for the auction, even the experts at Christie's were scrambling to verify who he was and the source of his immense wealth. But Prince Badr is no ordinary royal. He is a close friend and ally of the powerful crown prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, often known as MBS. Appointed as Saudi Arabia's first ever Minister of Culture, Prince Badr is a key figure in the nation's ambitious Vision 2030 plan. The official story is that he acquired the painting on behalf of the Saudi Ministry of Culture. But reports soon surfaced that he was, perhaps, a proxy, a stand-in for MBS himself. So, a man whose country is undergoing a massive anti-corruption purge masterminds the purchase of a $500 million painting of Jesus Christ. The irony is as rich as the oil fields that likely paid for it. And then, as quickly as it reappeared, the savior of the world vanished. A planned unveiling at the Louvre Abu Dhabi in 2018 was abruptly canceled with no explanation. The painting disappeared from public view, sparking a global frenzy of speculation. Was it hanging on MBS's superyacht, the Serene? Was it locked away in a Swiss vault? The art world held its breath. The debates around the painting's authenticity, with some scholars arguing that Leonardo only contributed certain elements, only intensified its absence. And here is where the story takes its final, jaw-dropping turn. As of late 2024, the consensus is that the Salvator Mundi is indeed being kept in storage in Geneva. But it's not destined to remain hidden forever. The grand plan, the ultimate endgame for this priceless masterpiece, is almost too audacious to believe. Saudi Arabia is building a massive new museum of world cultures in Riyadh, a cornerstone of its ambition to become a global cultural hub. And what will be the anchor exhibit? The star attraction meant to draw the world to the desert kingdom. You guessed it. The Salvator Mundi is set to become Saudi Arabia's Mona Lisa. So a 500-year-old depiction of Christ, rediscovered and sold for an unimaginable sum to a Saudi prince, is now a geopolitical tool, the crown jewel in a multi-trillion-dollar vision to reshape a nation. It leaves us with a thought that is both dazzling and unsettling. Is this painting a divine work of the master Leonardo, a priceless piece of human heritage, or has it become something else entirely? The savior of the world has been saved from obscurity, only to be shrouded in a new, far more complex mystery. And we, the world, can only wait and wonder if we will ever be allowed to truly see it again.